All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I just brushed my teeth and was doing my mouthwash. We are in Sterling, Colorado. We're gonna head southeast towards the Denver area right now. Oh, that's me. Landspout or two possible today, I think just northeast of Denver. So that's what we're gonna be going after. We made a little upgrade to our setup today. We've got so I can kind of turn you guys without having to take you off, which is the mount, which is really, really convenient, especially when they're going on just to the right, so, or to the left. I can kind of pan you guys over a little bit. So I'm excited about that. We blasted out here from Missouri. Hasn't been too bad, but a severe thunderstorm watch will probably be issued here pretty soon. There's already a severe storm moving through the Denver area. We're heading in that direction now. So we're probably going to head out to... I've got to yield. I yield, go. There you go. Okay, so we're going to be heading out southwest, excuse me, to the Denver area from Sterling, Colorado. Just topping off with gas, getting some water, and more toothpaste. So, been out here for a while. 2% tornado risk today. Main threats are going to be damaging winds and large hail, but there is a 2% chance of a tornado today for northeast Colorado, the southern Nebraska panhandle, into southwest Nebraska, and into northwest Kansas. I think the best chance for a tornado today is a landspout just northeast of Denver, a classic area for landspout tornadoes. Supercells are probably not on the table today, so. Welcome in the Jurassic franchise. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Sorry for the late start. I'm thinking our ceiling for today is probably a nice landspout. And then there's a supercell tornado threat tomorrow in eastern Nebraska, western Iowa. 5% tornado risk out there. We're gonna be on both of those, or on today and tomorrow, and then they've got a marginal risk out further north. And then I think they've got a day 4, 15% severe weather risk out for western Minnesota and the eastern parts of the Dakotas. Drove till 1 a.m. last night, made it into Nebraska. I had to stop by my apartment to get my new registration and my passport for any Canadian racing we decide to do. Hello, Gaming Digital. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in, everybody. I really appreciate you joining me again today. This season will not end. So right now, there is a severe thunderstorm moving through the southern side of Denver right now, west of Sentinel. What am I saying? West of Lone Tree, near Littleton, Wood, Highlands Ranch. I saw a tornado out there last year. Moving northeast, of Denver, the west side of Aurora. So this is going to be a hailstorm going over my pretty soon. So our forecast for today is storms should form off the mountains and move into an environment a little bit more for landspout tornadoes. We got to be on these things right off the bat. If they get about east of Bennett, I think that's probably where landspout chances lies. There's a couple other storms down in southern Colorado near La Junta, Pueblo, North. Only one of those is severe warned. La Junta, Rocky Ford, and Ordway. Those are severe warned. There's also there's some storms up in Nebraska. A couple special weather statements out for the Nebraska Panhandle and near Ogallala. There's a kind of a Boeing line segment west of Sidney, Nebraska. Maybe a little bit cellular. A couple more storms going up in eastern Wyoming. Some showers going up west of Fort Collins. So, a lot of storms today. Supercell threat's pretty low. It's mostly going to be a hail damaging wind threat with maybe a land spout from a disorganized storm. Wind profiles just aren't completely favorable today. We're going to move this up here to get the full network boost going. Yeah, we're heading towards Denver right now. Oh, tornado threat notification for the area. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it seems a little bit low today for a notification. I mean, it's definitely not the highest I've chased in this area. We might get a little land spout that comes up here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, it's definitely looking super cellular right now on the south side of Denver. Big time hailstorm. Only had pea-sized hail reported, but that's probably going to change pretty quickly. Main hail core seems to be going near Highlands Ranch. As these things move east, they'll move right into a little favorable area for a quick tornado. And that might be it. It seems like they did issue that severe thunderstorm watch. So they tagged this with scattered hail up to 2 inch possible, scattered gusts up to 80 miles per hour likely, a couple tornadoes possible. This watch extends from roughly Cheyenne, Wyoming, up to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, eastward into Garden County, Nebraska, down to North Platte. I believe McCook is in this risk. Goodland is in this risk. Lamar, Colorado, Trinidad, Boise City, Oklahoma. I believe, what town is that in Texas? I think that's Dalhart, Texas. And then the 3 northeasternmost counties in New Mexico. And then basically right along the Front Range. Tornado threat is pretty low, but there are going to definitely be some strong storms packed in here. It's not a day to get married to a storm. We just got to stick to the boundary. Find that little area of extra spin and increased lift, and that'll be probably where the land spout happens. I don't love Nebraska for this tornado threat. I really do think like northeast of Bennett, or north and northeast of Bennett, Colorado, out to Deer Trail, Fort Morgan. That's probably where I'm watching most for a landspout tornado here in the next 2 to 3 hours. Happy Friday to you too. Yeah, it's a rough day. Hoping Denver avoids another big hail event. They had one a couple weeks ago that was pretty costly. So we're probably about an hour from getting on these storms right now. At probably the latest. It's not like yesterday. We're going to be approaching these things from the direction they are moving towards, so it's not like yesterday where they're just trying to outrun us. Storm should be moving a little bit slower today. I might have to move my mount back a little bit because it's a little bit pressed up against the windshield right now, so we'll have to experiment with that when we get a second. For now, we're just going to get on these storms. Looks like some towers going up to my south as well. We're going to look at mesoanalysis here, see what this environment looks like. 2000 Cape up in Weld County. Check our vorticity. The little higher amount of low-level energy just east of Denver. Lapse rates are very solid. Over 8, peaking at 9.5 up north of Cheyenne, and then near, where is that? I think that's La Junta again, but, and then kind of a plume of those, that greater instability kind of extends out into extreme northwestern Kansas. Not really a big supercell day, so wind shear really hasn't been forecast to be too great. There's some stuff going up near Yuma. I'm a little bit curious to see what that does. Non-supercell tornado parameters currently peaking just east of Denver. Lowest LCLs are in Nebraska, where all that cold, stable air is. 1500 isn't the worst ever. Not for a landspout threat. Some things seem a little bit off for a super robust landspout day. stuff in northeast Colorado still seems pretty stable. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Kind of eyeing two areas. Just east of Denver and then just west of, or just east of Denver and just east of where we're at right now. Tower trying to go up north of Otis, northeast of Akron. Looking at that right now, just out my window. Looks a little bit rough. We have plume of higher dew points near Ray, and kind of another one out here near Fort Morgan. Well, what we can do is we'll hit Fort Morgan, and then we can either keep going southwest, or we can turn back and go east. Somebody 24 hours. Okay, let's see here. Sorry about that. Do we go east or do we go southwest? That stuff east just doesn't look that bad, but it also doesn't look that great, so. towards Yuma, or do we go southwest? There's a severe storm already southwest. Not sure. Look at our surface ops here. I think we might just go to Yuma. Definitely seems like there's some higher dew points over that way. Temperatures in the 80 over 60. That's not too bad for and all that stuff's already starting to put out an outflow boundary, it already looks like. Especially that stuff down by Elbert and Peyton, Calhan, west of Simla. Hailstorm trying to move through the Denver area right now. Not seeing any reports of giant hail. Seeing some mostly pea-sized stuff. Near South Glen. Greenwood Village. It's moving northeast pretty slowly. Alright, we're gonna turn around here, we're gonna go back to this Yuma storm. Might get punished for this call, but there's definitely like a boundary right there where the air's converging. And like 2 hours from now, it's supposed to be a really high Cape boundary that these storms are supposed to basically just be sitting on. So seems a little bit weird for that to happen though. It's already 2:30. Cloud bases are definitely lower northeast. South is kind of a no-go for this tornado threat. What about, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either or could work. Maybe they both go? Definitely some strong convergence though by Yuma. Getting a clear indication yet. The problem with an event like this is by the time you have a clear indication, it's probably going to be too late. There's that little cell firing north of Yuma. And OBS definitely supports a boundary right there. Very convergent boundary. I think we're gonna try that. We'll turn around here up at Brush actually, and then get on US 34 and go back eastward. think the Sydney ones are quite what I want. Because those are going to be moving into a little bit more stable air. There have been showers and thunderstorms ongoing in that area since probably 9 or 10 a.m. this morning. So I'm just not convinced that the atmosphere is recovered enough. Maybe you get something weird and it latches a boundary, but I don't. I just think it's going to be stable. Clouds are going to be lowest there, but I think we're going to go up to Yuma. Got an exit coming up here, and we'll get back on US 34. Because these clouds above me right now look pretty stable. If I saw this at like noon, I'd be pretty happy, and they're also pretty high based. If I saw this at noon, you know, that's okay, maybe a little high based, but they don't have much vertical development, so we're gonna take 34 here. Gonna take 34. This car's speeding up. Alright, here we go. There's that storm near Yuma. Not quite sure. I mean, we've got Denver, we've got Yuma. Those are kind of the two areas I'm eyeing right now. It seems like on the latest meso analysis, it moves the best environment further north and east, which would support a cell near Yuma, but that's 2 hours from now. But meso analysis probably isn't picking up on this boundary. It's been a while since I've been on this road. And it looks like there's already getting to be some outflow down south. Yeah, we're gonna go east because it seems like some sort of front or boundary is coming in and the winds are starting to change the wrong direction here. Oh, can we not? We're good, we're good. We're supposed to go this way. I think we're gonna go up east. Seems like the DCVC is just kind of, I don't know. OBS and radar, you can kind of see the wind starting to shift, with some wind coming out of the west, which is probably not what we want for a tornado threat over there. So that stuff near Denver's seems like it's starting to weaken a little bit. Pea-sized hail. Nothing too big is being reported by that storm on the southeast side of Denver. Pea-size, pea-size. I have not seen anything bigger than pea-size hail reported. So thankfully that hail has not been too bad over there. But it seems like there's some kind of front or boundary coming in from the west that's changing the wind direction to be a little bit less favorable out there. So we're gonna shoot back eastward. We are in Brush, Colorado right now, heading east towards Otis and Akron. It's a little pop-up storm north of Yuma, got its first lightning bolt. I think that is the move. Yeah, I definitely think this boundary's setting up further east. And I think that might be the main landspout show. Severe warm storm west of Sidney, Nebraska, moving northeast towards Gurley and Dalton right now, just east of Potter. Looks like another supercell maybe up near north of Torrington and Lingle, Wyoming. Another cell going up northeast of Cheyenne, west of Albin, southwest of LaGrange. Severe warm storms down by in southern Colorado. Kind of a messier evolution. Would expect this to mostly be a damaging wind thing down there. Keep trucking along here and hope that this is the best call. There are probably 5 to 6 different targets that you could have realistically chosen today. There was right up against Denver, which was my initial target. Then there was down in southern Colorado, near La Junta, up kind of to Trinidad. Now there's Nebraska storms, and there was up in Wyoming. So I think we're going to take a chance with this stuff east to see how that goes. Not too sure what to expect, but the mesoanalysis 2 hours from now has the most favorable environment over there. Centennial. Some chasers there looking at the storm. Definitely seems to be weakening. And to me, that's kind of a sign that we need to probably go eastward. Why is my... It's a good thing we didn't get too close to Denver, because there's definitely something happening there that doesn't bode well for storm chasing. We are currently east of Brush, Colorado, heading up towards the Yuma, Haxton, Colorado area for some storms that should form on a boundary up here. There's already one little thunderstorm that's formed southeast of Sterling, north of Yuma. Yeah, there's definitely a boundary there. Kind of seems like it's like from Yuma that arcs eastward a little bit and then back down to Kirk and Vana. Hopefully the service isn't too bad today. I've used up almost all of my hotspot for streaming, so it'll reset in a couple days here, but they wouldn't let me do a little bit higher one, so keep a close eye on satellite, make sure that definitely a boundary right there. Kind of arcs north-northwest into Nebraska, kind of towards where those other storms are ongoing right now, near Sydney. Little convergence band. There's more storms going up along another boundary in southwest Nebraska. It's boundary chaos season, so we'll see if we can capitalize. No problem, Jesse. And yeah, Jack, we have not seen too many good things lately. We had a really nice storm in Nebraska on June 7th, and we had a brief little funnel cloud in Wyoming a couple days after that, and I really haven't seen too much this month. There have been events, I just haven't been in the right place at the right time. I do really like the setup tomorrow in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. The area has been hit pretty hard by tornadoes and storms this year, so we'll see. What a day. Let's see if we can go around. These people are driving a little inconsistently with their speed. No way we're gonna be able to make this in time. thunderstorms are finally going up. Maybe that cell near Eckley. We'll see. Landspouts will form pretty quickly after an updraft, so usually if you've got a storm that's been ongoing for a while, you won't get a landspout out of it. It does happen sometimes, but it doesn't seem to be as common. Love to get around. Definitely kind of stable looking where we're at though. Around us and further east, it definitely looks more unstable. So that's a good look for. So I'm hoping that the severe weather remains kind of out in open country. Yeah, that severe warning for Denver has already expired, with some dying thunderstorms out there. It just seems like there's a wind shift out by Denver, and now the wind's blowing from the west. And with that downslope flow like that, it's going to be really dry air. Nope, not making this either. We chased one storm yesterday for 3 hours and never got a good view of it. It started 20 miles southeast of us, which is like one of the worst spots because it was moving southeast. It also formed about 2 hours or so, or it was formed about an hour earlier than I expected. So it caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people thought it was the bait storms, but that was the main event. There were a couple tornadoes, nothing too strong. I think there was one in northern Missouri, and then there were a couple out by Macomb, Illinois. I think those two in the Macomb area were rated EFU. They were confirmed tornadoes, but they just couldn't find enough damage to give it a rating. I saw a picture, it looked a little bit weak. I had family in the area, so I actually paused the stream for a second to see what they were doing, and everybody's okay. It was a really weak tornado, nobody was hit, so Sorry about that, it overheated. Hasn't done that to us in a while. I'm gonna pull the power source for a second, it might help. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know how long it was down for. Hopefully it's working again. We'll connect to it. I haven't had that many issues with it overheating, but definitely a problem with the GoPro in the sun like that. Definitely a little hazy out, but we're getting lots of towers going up on this boundary, it looks like, so something here might do it. We got lots of opportunities. Gonna head out towards the Ray area. Have to keep an eye on the camera. Looks like nothing will happen, the day's just started. Severe thunderstorm watch that lasts for another 6 hours, so this boundary looks pretty solid. Might get a land spout off of it. That's our plan for now. I mean, there's no real threat for long track supercells today. Definitely more of a damaging wind hail threat from multi-cell storms and maybe some Boeing line segments. Man, it smells like cow. Head towards Eckley, I think. That'll put us underneath these updrafts. Definitely another big updraft going up north of Yuma. Yeah, it's been a little bit humid in that area lately. See, I haven't lived in Denver for very long, so I don't know the area super well. Not sure what to expect for, you know, I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, so out there it was always humid. This looks really nice. We've got several opportunities now with some updrafts trying to go up. We'll wait for mesoanalysis to refresh and see what it thinks. Like some convergence right in front of us. You can kind of see that thicker layer of clouds almost straight to our east. The stuff above us seems a little bit stable. But I think this is going to be the popular target. Setup seems to be having issues today, like usual. I really want to get my radar overlaid. I'm just still trying to figure out how to do that. There is a little bit of stable air east of these storms as well, so we're going to have to watch that. There's a definite boundary here. Looks like another tower going up northeast of Bennett, Colorado. Statement near Kiowa and Deer Trail, Colorado. 2% tornado risk out for a broad region of the high plains into northern Kansas. They extended that 2% goes pretty far east into Kansas. Didn't expect that. So basically, the name of the game for landspouts is we sit beneath these updrafts, and as these updrafts start to decay a little bit, they shrink. And if they're rotating, you know, it'll kick up a little tornado for a little bit. I've seen a couple really good landspouts, but I'm not that great with them yet. I love landspouts. They tend to be moving really slow, they tend to be really tall, they don't really damage much. Broader, more developed cumulus up here, classic Colorado. What is happening up here? Just hoping it wasn't a one-lane road. Anxious to get underneath. I just saw a nice bolt. I'm not sure if our GoPro caught that. It's a little bit bright, but we just had a nice bolt drop from one of these storms just off to the left. Very clear area to watch up here. All the way down, I mean, there's storm's really trying to go up right along this boundary. It's a very clear just line of more developed clouds. I mean, you can see it very clearly, this border that stretches across the horizon there. See my little hail dent up there too? Feels like monsoon chasing almost. definitely a strong updraft going up. It's a little bit narrow. Just gotta start watching for any dust whirlies beneath these things. Landspouts are really satellite chasing. We're just gonna head towards Yuma, I think. Mesas seem a little high though. Solid updraft development. It's only 3 o'clock. We've got some time. Little bit. Some of these towers look good, a couple of them look a little rough. That one off to the right looks okay. There's some scud off to the right. In Otis, Colorado right now, still approaching these towers. I think there's definitely a lot of targets today that were viable. I mean, there's 2 solid storms in Wyoming. There's that Nebraska Panhandle stuff. There's this, the Denver stuff, and then the southern Colorado stuff. Just turning right here, and then we'll go keep moving east. Perfect. Great day for a storm chase. Today we got a hightail it back into Nebraska. I got my passport. I'm ready for some Canadian chasing. I've never chased Canada before, but they just always get these gorgeous tornadoes. Really only chased the Great Plains, Midwest, and a little bit of Dixie. Actually, I'd probably say I chased Dixie more than I chased the Midwest. Left might be the best chance for the moment. A solid end of storms trying to go up. Always cool to see. If we can fill up with gas in Yuma, that's what I'm going to do. I guess I forgot to fill up all the way. Yeah, these storms are starting to go now. Near Eckley, that's the one to the left. There's a smaller one near Yuma. This is one to the right. We'll see what we can see here. That Eckley storm is right on the boundary, though. What is that? Relative to us, it's about 15 miles east northeast. Yeah, so it's definitely that updraft on the left there. Let's see if I can try and turn you guys a little. That right there is what we're watching for right now. Check on the stream. Make sure our camera is doing all right. Not too bad. I'm definitely gonna have to replace this mount tonight. Probably move it further back another 2 inches or so, because the swivel mount's a little bit tall. Probably what we're watching for an immediate landspout threat here in the next 15 minutes. Yeah, that Eckley storm's latching on, it looks like. Gotta be on the lookout for any dirt whirlies underneath these bases. We're still a little far off, but we're closing fast. Is there a road north of Eckley? Okay, yeah, there's a road north of Eckley. Keep going. Boundary's definitely drifting a little northeast. But I'm thankful, unlike yesterday, we're actually catching these things pretty easily. Yeah, I gotta move this mount back later. Can't see. I can kind of see our updraft a little bit off in the distance. Well, they just issued a special weather statement. Once we get a better handle on which way the storm's moving, north here at Yuma, a little, definitely some hail starting to fall with this storm now. Paved for a while. Alright, it's basically paved the whole way up. So that that's gonna be our storm for the time being. There's these other updrafts. It's a little bit elevated almost down here. Almost to Yuma, Colorado right now. We're just gonna try and fill up with gas here really quick. Not sure why I'm so low. Hopefully I don't have a hole in my tank or anything, but should take 2 minutes. If there's no spots available, we just won't worry about it. This swivel mount is really stiff. I'm worried I'm gonna accidentally rip the mount off itself. If we do that, we can just reposition it back, so it's not that big of a deal. There's a 7-Eleven up here. Solid base to our south, it looks like. Where can we get some gas? And then we'll take that road north of Eckley. I mean, once these storms leave the boundary, it's kind of like, meh. You know, we're not really that interested in them. So we're really only looking for things sitting right on the boundary. To turn you guys back. I know it's this way. Do that when we stop. I'm gonna have to loosen up this swivel mount somehow. That is very, very tough to move. That's right, you got hit with a nasty hailstorm a little bit ago. That one's full. another one down here. The Senex. We'll do this so long as this guy doesn't jump in. We're gonna top off our gas and keep moving here. So I'll be right back. Right after I turn you guys away. Alright, I'll be back in 2 minutes. We are back, sorry about that. We're gonna head to Eckley and then continue either to Ray, maybe we'll go north at Ray. We'll see, it just kind of depends. We will see. Currently in Yuma, Colorado. Another boundary that's moving in, and it's going to collide with these storms pretty soon here. Turn on our location. downdraft. You can see this other line of clouds up here that's not as well developed. That's the other boundary. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens when the storms on this western boundary collide with this eastern boundary. Wonder what that storm northeast of Byers, Colorado looks like. It's a little supercellular, it's outflow dominant, but I wonder if anything happens when we merge these two boundaries. Check out our environment here. I think the tornado threat for southwest of Denver is really low. I mean, I don't really see it. I see east of Denver a little, but definitely not like, I don't know, definitely not like south or west. I feel like northeast. Those storms are already moving by. There's a severe thunderstorm watch, yes, but the main tornado threat is probably going to be off east already. It's not a very high tornado threat day to begin with, though. Ooh, we're going really slow now. Another tower going up on this boundary again. This may be a problem where this boundary is moving faster than these storms. 2000 Cape. Cape zone just to the north, vorticity zone. This is probably the best opportunity is here. I think we're just gonna keep going east to Ray. I like Ray. Some of these definitely look a little elevated though. Chasing tours right here. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And there are cells going up south. Doesn't even show up on radar yet. Alright, we're going to try plugging the power source back in. Hopefully the overheating problem is solved for the moment. Especially with no direct sunlight on the camera. There we go. Got some other development going on to our southeast. Interested in that as well. Anything that can go on this boundary has got a chance. Low chance though, but still do it. Yesterday was definitely a more obvious land spout threat. Just I was up in Missouri and Iowa looking for supercells. Actually wonder how our wind profile's looking over here. Well, you know what? We do have a supercell wind profile over here, according to mesoanalysis. We're definitely going to move a little bit further. The models, I mean, didn't even really have storms yet, so yep, there's a little tiny pulse south of Ray. That one looks pretty interesting too. Actually, there is something interesting happening back to our north. It looks just like a microburst. Almost to Ray. And then I'll point you guys back towards these storms to the north. I think south is probably a little bit better looking now. Definitely some stable looking clouds north. We'll stop here for a second, so give you guys a view. So south, this is kind of what's going up. It looks a little rough, but that might be our best chance now. It's kind of right on the boundary, but this boundary seems to be just outrunning these storms. So there may just not be enough time for it to do anything. So that's our, I guess, primary target for right now, and then we will rotate here, but we've got a couple updrafts to our west, and we've got a strong downdraft to our north. My car's the lord of the flies right now. They are everywhere. So, watching this. Pretty interesting. We do have like some semblance of a supercell wind profile right now. Not sure how long that's gonna last or if it's even real, but west of St. Francis, down south another 20 miles, there's that other updraft. And I think that's where we go now. It's a really strong downburst. Second I don't think there's too big of a threat for Platteville at the moment. You may get some hail and wind, but nothing super damaging up there. For Burlington, Colorado, There are some storms starting to develop off to your west. Nothing immediate though. I would not be surprised to see some thunderstorms move in that area later this evening, but for right now, there's really nothing coming towards you. All right, there's a blip going up on the boundary south, so I'm gonna drop down that way. Go to Ray and then go south. Big time blip on the radar. There's another updraft over there, but I think boundary wins my vote, because this stuff up here just is stable. Definitely getting messy west of us here. I just see this boundary racing away from the storm. Strong winds though. It looks elevated. It just doesn't look quite right. Happening up here. Saw them pull over, but no idea what's going on. Nothing looks quite right. We're gonna try this boundary storm south of Ray. Boundary storm south of Ray is definitely what we're going to be going after here. Man, it looks like another updraft behind us may be a little bit more promising, but not sure. It's in a mess of storms right now. Not seeing any landspouts reported anywhere yet. So we'll just drop like a couple miles south here just to see. On 385. These landspout days are always so fickle. Plains Highway. Let's see what we see up here. Yeah, another elevated looking base. It looks like maybe the surface base stuff is just back west. You know, because this just has the look of like a warm front type storm. Yeah, we might turn around and go back. Because I'm not a fan of this look. It's not really a land spout look at all. There is maybe like a leading edge supercell up there almost. So this boundary's probably doesn't quite have what it needs for land spout stuff. But there is a great view up here. If we can find a road that we're allowed on. Couple more updrafts back behind the further west. The updrafts they just look a little bit better. There's also a massive updraft that looks like northwest, so we're probably going to go back and check that out. I'm not really sure what's happening because this is just not going to do it. It's just got the look of a elevated non-tornadic kind of storm here. So there's that. And then we got a couple broader bases here. Especially that one right there. Right in front of us, that might be the ticket. I don't know. Because this boundary is stable. I think this is just a boundary denoting where the stable air mass is. So west is unstable, east is stable. There's a little mini updraft off to the left, and a very broad one straight ahead of us. That thing south is not very good. Things are always whack in Colorado. What about southwest Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska corner? That area is going to get storms here pretty quickly. It's pretty clear right now, but some storms are forming in northeast Colorado and moving northeastward. There should be some probably showers and thunderstorms moving into southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas later this evening. Yeah, we're gonna go check that, go back, I guess. It just feels like everything's a little elevated. And what I mean by elevated is, I mean, it's just not drawing air in from the ground. You can tell when the clouds look kind of wavy like that. Kind of off to the right. If they look a little bit wavy, they're usually elevated. Yeah, that's just a solid updraft. Okay, we're going back. Professional drivers in circles. That's what we're doing. Okay. It's just a nice updraft. It's wide too. All the rain is way off to the northeast. Could see maybe a landspout out of this. It just looks high based. There's this boundary right here. We're right on the eastern edge of it. What even is today? What even have been these last 3 setups? Yesterday was really odd. Today's more just Colorado Troll Fest. Yeah, well now this boundary is just moving eastward. Please tell me I can go. Probably go back to Eckley, go north. This boundary is, the stable air mass is moving west now. I gotta slow the heck down. Little updraft right in front of us. But a very big updraft to our northwest. messy evolution. Nice little tiny updraft right in front of us. Man, I mean, it's like a little mini supercell almost, maybe. Just a tiny little updraft off to the left. Of course, the camera blows out the highlights, so you can't really see it, but I'll have to turn down the ISO on it. I think this updraft, I mean, this is really our last chance, because this stable air is now pushing towards these storms, which is a no-go for any sort of landspout activity. Getting some inflow here. Still just looks off. A little shear funnel off to our north. Struggling. Starting to fall, this updraft as well. rain's starting to fall in the updraft of this little thing up here. And this stable air is moving towards our storms now. It's gonna hurt the chase for sure. This is not looking great. Storms are struggling immensely to remain surface-based. Strong downdraft. North still. Well, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. It's already getting really, really messy. Back on these storms west, where the stable air isn't as big of a problem. coming in. Very high base storms too. LCLs are very high though, according to this. Cape and vorticity were high. Not a ton of lightning happening either. Big mess of convection going up. Anything interesting. What was that? Network booster. Big time downdraft over there. Try and go north because there's a severe warning storm moving up towards Haxton and Holyoke right now. So we're gonna follow behind it, see what kind of hail that thing has. And then we're gonna reevaluate from there. Inflow tail on this storm right here. Really want to see what kind of hail that storm heading up towards Haxton and Holyoke is dropping. Really hasn't been too much big hail today. I mean, we haven't really been on a sustained storm or a landspout or anything, so. Feeling the long drive last night. I drove till 1 a.m. and was up at 7 a.m. to make it out here. And then tomorrow we are getting whiplash and going all the way back to Nebraska, maybe northwest Missouri, western Iowa, somewhere in there. And then there's a marginal risk up north the day after that. And then they've got a 15% of severe weather out for the Dakotas into western Minnesota. So I think that's a Monday risk. Really interested in tomorrow's threat though. Looks pretty good. Man, I am a little exhausted from all this driving. I did like 10 hours I did like 14 hours of driving 2 days ago, and then I did like 12 yesterday. Today I'm at 8, and I don't really have to do much more, so probably just make it into Nebraska and then crash at that hotel and get ready for tomorrow. Because the landspout threat is over here. Almost no chance of a tornado from this stuff now. Hotel Yuma. Nice storm ahead of us. All of these look like they're not completely surface based. same way. Alright, we're gonna go north, try and catch that severe warning storm up there, because it's kind of on our way to the chase tomorrow. Nice updraft coming up west though. Nice storm going up west. We'll find a road, pull off, and look at it for a bit. Need to get some pictures of something today. Very high based, strong rain shaft, some scud forming on the tail end. Not bad. Definitely a little bit better structure than I was expecting today. Because today was basically landspout or bust. But you know what? This isn't too bad. Turn over here so you guys can see it. Down this road. Why are the power lines always on the side of the road I don't want them to be on? Very nice structure for what this storm is. This is a bumpy road. Definitely not a bad look. Need to get a picture for today. I don't have one yet. I mean, it's not sure what kind of storm this is. It looks maybe like some brief supercell structure with it. first. A little lowering on the tail end there. This thing is not warned, I believe. Oh, yep, it's now severe warned. Multiple training storms now in northeast Colorado. This is kind of like, I don't know, this just feels like maybe we've got a little bit of supercell structure, maybe. It's probably not going to sustain for very long, but I'll turn a little bit so you guys can see it a little better again. Yeah, this is not man-made weather, dude. This is a garden variety severe storm. This thing is not very strong. Yeah, there's still a lot of storms going up, which is kind of the problem now. Is now you might get like a tornado off an interaction, but it's going to be really tough to guess what storm's going to do it. Definitely a little bit disorganized. Another storm to our southwest kind of has a similar structure, just a lot further away. Very pretty storm. Starting to get rained on from the southwest though. Several severe thunderstorms in northeast Colorado, nothing too intense though. The storm that we are looking at is currently warned for quarter-size hail, and that's it. So definitely not the strongest severe storm of all time. Storm northeast of us is warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. So these are the lower end of the severe storm spectrum here. Tornado threat is almost zero with these. Kind of multi-cell type storms with maybe a couple supercell structures embedded until the winds slowly start to weaken. We got a little guy in here trying to get out. Come on, go. Go, mosquito, go. They've been invading us since we went to Wyoming that one time. This thing is slowly drifting to the northeast. Nice little updraft. It's got a little bit of inflow. These mosquitoes, man. These mosquitoes are going crazy. Stepped outside for 2 seconds. Oh, there's one coming to say hi to the camera. Those poor guys, they don't know how to get out. Come on, dude, just go out the window. Tiny little updraft here. maybe some semblance of a RFD type structure, but I doubt it. Slowly drifting northeast. This mosquito. Come on, dude, get out. I even opened the way for you. Doesn't want to. It's just content flying in and out of my shot. Nice updraft. I don't expect this thing to last pretty long though. High based, kind of dumping rain into its own updraft. See how it looks on radar. There's military bases everywhere. I just can't buy that most of these are man-made. I mean, I can't buy that any of them are. These are all just, these have always been happening. It's just you hear about them more now because there's social media. So it seems like there's more now, and you know, they're definitely more reported, but there's also a lot more chasers now. There's social media, you know, everybody's just got walking around with a camera. So, you know, it's different from 100 years ago when, you know, there just weren't too many people with cameras. There was no forecasting then. This mosquito will not leave. I can't get him out. I'm trying to like brush him towards the thing, but he won't go. It's about time to get moving north. This storm's definitely weakening pretty quickly. Not the world's strongest storm, but it was nice while we had it. Okay, we're gonna go north. A couple weak storms here. None of these severe storms are very strong today. Alright, this should be a pretty strong hail core. There's not super big hail today. It's like a left mover to our southwest. Nope, nothing on the ground. No tornado here. We're gonna be sliding north into this hail core while this mosquito flies in and out of frame. Looks like a solid storm to our northeast too. Here's kind of a very messy evolution to all of this today. Which this was all expected. We were just hoping to maybe get a quick little tornado right before that happened. check on the Denver area right now. See how they're doing. They had that one storm go through. It doesn't really look like too much is going on there. Most of the severe weather is now out east. Holyoke, Yuma, Otis, Haxton. Those areas are under the severe weather. And then also south of Akron, south of Otis, there's another severe storm moving northeast there. These are not the strongest storms in the world. Just make sure you're staying safe if you're in the path. Tornado risk is very low, almost zero with these right now. But we just had our storm here weaken and kind of die, so we're gonna keep going north, punch through the what's left of its little hail core, and then get on that storm that's moving towards Haxton, and then chase this complex back into Nebraska for tomorrow. So 2 days ago I left Colorado, drove through Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota. Yesterday I drove through Minnesota, Iowa. Oh, that was crazy. Please tell me we got that bull. That was a great bolt right in front of us. I was listening, checking the stream to make sure we caught that. Yeah, more storms coming in the southwest of me. We'll see. Still severe thunderstorm watch for another 4 hours. These storms should weaken over time with sunset, I believe, when that cap starts to build back in. These storms are using up all the ingredients right now. There's so many. So we're going to be driving into this blue hail core here. Shouldn't be very strong. It's only warned for like quarter-sized hail. To get close to these things. Expanses of eastern Colorado. I wonder if they'll issue a watch downstream. These storms are not moving fast at all. Almost got just like a left and mover type thing happening. But I want to punch through this, head up to Haxton. Interesting chase today. I thought for sure somewhere would see a landspout today, but I haven't seen one reported yet. How far are we from tomorrow's target? I'll have to look. Tomorrow's target is roughly the Lincoln, Nebraska area, so we'll just toss that in. It's not gonna be like 5 hours. Yeah, we are. This is nowhere near the haul we had to do for today. I'll just punch through this and then reevaluate. Not seeing anything in the way of tornado potential for these storms. Maybe a mesoscale accident happens, I don't know, but very, very low, almost zero tornado potential for northeast Colorado right now. And the Nebraska is very low, southeast Colorado is very low. See how this is supposed to evolve here. It's kind of a here that extends way down. I mean, this hurts it from Nebraska all the way down into Texas Panhandle. Kind of a weakly developed line there. I had a weak little play Haxton last year. It was because I saw the starting this one. There was no dust, no funnel, and it was on the ground for probably we're gonna get east here, north and east, Nebraska, and see what these storms do then. There's still somewhat of a favorable environment to do daytime lightning. There is also a North Dakota target tomorrow too. We'll reevaluate, keep our eyes on. We can probably make both pretty easily. Just stay in Rapid City or somewhere like that tonight. If we sleep in North Platte, there's no way, but we're gonna have to pick tonight what we want, Nebraska or the North Dakota event. I've only chased North Dakota once. Only chased it once. Not a strong downdraft. Pretty weak storm. complex right now. No hail in the hail course. Disappointing. Very long. Percent of a severe thunderstorm watch further east into western Kansas and southwest Nebraska. They just issued a discussion on this. Main threat will be damaging wind. These storms are starting to move out of Colorado. They're in from about Lyman up towards Holyoke. They're kind of just a long line there. There's another cell that went up west of St. Francis, Kansas, in Colorado, east of Kirk. A couple severe thunderstorms that are now currently moving into Kansas. Near Syracuse, Johnson, Tribune, Wallace. Couple more showers and thunderstorms in the southern Nebraska panhandle, and it looks like a little itty-bitty band of thunderstorms right now in the North Platte vicinity. Just a couple little showers there. Just a random rock in the road. Oh no, that was a bunny. I was gonna say, like, Tornado threat remains very low with these storms. Drop the severe warning for this stuff. Or we can go north to Interstate 76 and get to 80. I think we're gonna go get to 80 here. Gives us the most options. Not much structure to see on these storms. We had one solid one for about 10 minutes. Other end of the storm, we're near Haxton, Colorado. We're going to be going north to Interstate 76 towards Sedgwick, and then we're going to be going east on I-80 to get out ahead of these storms. We're trying to keep both Nebraska and North Dakota in play tomorrow. So I want to get north. I don't want to dive south into Kansas here because that would make it painful. Tornado threat's going to be low. There's not going to be much structure on these, so there's no reason to dive down there. Dropped the severe warning on that storm as we were driving through it, so definitely was not very strong. working. I haven't looked at it in a while. Hopefully everything is still working fine. Perfect. A little bit dangerous for a bro to be just parked on the railway like that. Gonna keep going here. Gonna have to come back out ahead of these storms, I think. Just not sure that they're gonna do much, so we'll keep on the chase, but if they really start to weaken, we'll call it, get a hotel, and then probably wake up early tomorrow and decide. I'm sleepy because I went to bed late last night and got up early today, so if they've got any hotels left in North Platte or Ogallala, that's where we might stay. It's gonna be really expensive because it's a Friday. Ah. What these hotel prices are looking like. It's gonna be like $200 or something. 182 and 190 for North Platte. That's rough. $299 in Ogallala. Sydney's $143. I just don't want to wake up in Sydney and drive down there. Scotts Bluff is $206. Probably going to end up staying in North Platte. Really, tomorrow is definitely the better day than today, so I don't want to sacrifice tomorrow for today. Pretty mid storms out here. Flash flood warning in effect for, which county is this? Forgot the name of this county. Western Phillips County in northeastern Colorado, near Holyoke, Paoli. These northeastern Colorado storms are definitely weakening. So we're gonna jump up to the interstate and blast east towards North Platte, see if we get more development down there. There they go, severe thunderstorm watch. No mention of tornadoes with this. It's frequent lightning, hail up to ping pong size, and scattered wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour likely. They just added a severe thunderstorm warning for Washington County, Colorado. A couple cells going up down by McCook. There's a special weather statement out. Down in Kansas near Tribune, Syracuse, Johnson, Springfield, Colorado, there's some severe storms. Boise City, Oklahoma, Guyman, Stratford, Texas. Another severe thunderstorm near Clovis, New Mexico, always Clovis, New Mexico. And Albuquerque, north side of Albuquerque under a severe thunderstorm warning. From a chasing perspective, today has not been the best, but there's been a good amount of rain, which this area does not seem to get a ton, so it's good with these they're severe storms, but they're relatively minor in the scheme of things. Somebody did report 1.75 inch hail near Otis at 4:45 p.m. 1 inch hail west of Kirk. So severe thunderstorms still continue. The chaseability of this event is definitely dropping, and we really want to get in position for the 2 tornado threats tomorrow, way up in North Dakota, and then also in kind of eastern Nebraska. So we're gonna truck along here, get up to Interstate 76 here at Sedgwick, and then take it all the way to Interstate 80, and then we'll see what happens while we're getting out ahead. If it looks messy still and it hasn't really consolidated, we might just call the chase, get a good night's sleep, and then either blast up to North Dakota tomorrow morning or slide east to the Lincoln and Omaha area. I'm gonna go wherever the storms look best. And there's not gonna be a ton of people up in North Dakota, so I gotta keep that in mind. But I know the people in Lincoln and Omaha are a little bit jumpy from those storms earlier in the year. Got my passport just in case we go up to Canada. Another storm type thing up here. I'm not sure what this is. Big downdraft in there, maybe an elevated updraft right in front of us. Looks like a little bit of scud on the leading edge to the right. Oh man. Driving all over the place. Use your storm chaser discount. I wish I had one. Yeah, the planes hate the tall thunderstorms. They're gonna avoid them. So yeah, it's cool that you've noticed that. I mean, a lot of people don't even think about that. Welcome, Angel. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Look at that texture though on that sky, that's crazy. Nope, no tornadoes today. Tornado threat is very, very low, almost zero right now. As close to zero as you can get without being zero. Best window of opportunity for the tornado threat has already passed. We did see a nice little storm for a little bit. We sampled some rain. Now we're getting out ahead of this next system to get ready for tomorrow, I think. We're gonna get ahead, see if these storms consolidate, give us a nice shelf cloud, and then if that doesn't look like it's gonna happen, we're gonna call the chase and get ready for Nebraska or North Dakota, wherever we end up, maybe even Canada. Never been in Canada before, got my passport ready, got everything ready to go, so. Love to do some Canada chasing, so I'm gonna go where the environment's the best tomorrow. Look at this, we got some clouds developing here on kind of the leading edge of this rain. Could be a future shelf cloud. Doesn't really look that compact though. Very high base storm. Maybe it's just, I mean, could be elevated. It's way up there. It's gotta be over 2,000 feet off the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if that was 3. Yeah, maybe more like 2,500 feet, or 2,500 meters. We are moving. One storm up by McCook. They issued another severe thunderstorm watch further east. So we're going to get into that. These storms here are not the strongest. We'll hit the interstate here in 5 miles. Whoa. Alright, I gotta slow down. This road is very slick. You know, the happiest thing about chasing this year is I haven't had to chase New Mexico again. I got burnt out of that place last year. It's been kind of... There's been a lot of High Plains events, it's just not really any of them, like, in the Central High Plains have panned out. Look at that. I wonder where that's at relative to the interstate. It might be crossing it. It looks like that might just be sitting right on the interstate. Good job at watching chat today, hopefully. Sometimes I can get way too distracted by the storm. Sometimes I'll get so distracted by what's happening with the storm, I sometimes forget I'm streaming. So I gotta keep that in mind. I don't have my laptop mount up yet still, so I can't just check chat freely. I need to look at it more. Yeah, Angel. I appreciate that. I'm a pretty average storm chaser right now. Trying to get better though. Every year I definitely improve quite a bit. My first year I could barely even forecast, you know, and I saw most of my tornadoes on luck. And then, you know, past couple of years it's been... My favorite thing to do is see those events that, like, I don't know, that not too many people are paying attention to, and seeing a tornado there. That's probably my favorite. You know, whether it was that Stratford, Texas day. I mean, there was a 0% tornado out, or Lamar, Colorado landspout, or I definitely like doing those days, seeing a tornado on those low risk days. Almost had one up in Wyoming a couple days ago, but not quite. I don't think these things are going to congeal super well. 2 miles to we're on the interstate. Nice little roll cloud out ahead. May be becoming more of a shelf, I can't tell. I don't think it's connected to the base. One mile and then we slide eastward. A scary looking cloud off to the left, but it's nothing, it's just outflow. Yeah, this thing was sitting just right on the interstate. ride kind of this roll cloud northeast onto the other side of this storm. Hopefully we don't get caught too much in the rain. It doesn't seem to be too intense. So we are near Sedgwick, Colorado right now. We're about to get on Interstate 76, head up towards Julesburg on 76 East. Perfect. Any cars coming? We're good. Emergency parking. Try doing this again. There. Now you guys can see the storm a little better. Very excited about this swivel mount. This part's slick here. Oh, my car is struggling with itself. How this looks here. Trying to get on the other side of this storm. We're near Sedgwick, Colorado right now, heading up towards Julesburg. Lots of disorganized storms right now, but most of the severe stuff at the moment is down in southeast Colorado, western Kansas, and the Oklahoma Panhandle. There's another severe warning storm near Clovis and still Albuquerque. Wind damage being reported in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The swivel mount is game changing. Alright, I want to get out ahead and see what this thing looks like. We're sitting right underneath that roll cloud slash shelf cloud thing right now that we were looking at earlier. I want to get out east to grab a picture of it, because I wish I would have done that earlier. Bolt. Did we catch that? May not have caught that. I was right on the edge. Oh well. Oh, what is my car doing? This looks pretty good. Gorgeous storm, that turquoise color. We'll turn back around once we get a little bit ahead so we can see that little roll cloud again. That was really pretty. I am really regretting not getting out and taking a picture down there about 10 minutes ago. It was really nice. Strong thunderstorms in northeast Colorado, nothing severe right now. There's another storm going up near Trenton, Nebraska, McCook, Hayes Center, that area. Severe warning storms in southwestern Kansas. They're just now crossing the border. Looks like that strongest cell is down near Richland, Elkhart, slowly moving eastward. Another strong storm down by Stratford, Texas. There's a severe thunderstorm watch also out for parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Another very tiny severe thunderstorm watch out for the New Jersey area. Get a good view of this here in a second. My car is not a fan of all that rain, all that mist being kicked up. Wow, we're making 29 miles a gallon. That's not bad. Getting out ahead of this. We're about to enter Nebraska here pretty soon. A special weather statement up by Oshkosh. That storm looks a little interesting. We'll give it probably 10 to 15 miles, then we'll turn back. Almost no tornado threat with these storms. Threat overall is very low at the moment. No severe warning storms in our area right now. They did issue a severe thunderstorm watch downstream of this though, into southwestern Nebraska and basically the entirety of western Kansas. Storms around us are definitely weakening. I think that cap's finally starting to fill in. Those storms are having a tough time with that warm air. We had a great storm out here last year. May 16th, just a really nice high-based storm and multiple funnel clouds. Great structure on kind of a surprise day. Storm though. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I mean, it's a very messy kind of event but when there's too much like this, it tends to just make everything weaker. All right, see ya, Angel. Welcome, Trashy the puppy. How are you doing? Storm we were just looking at is weakened pretty significantly. Headed up here to Ogallala, however you say that town in Nebraska. Dropped the special weather statement. They just severe warned a storm back to our southwest in all of a mess. Northeast of Akron, northwest of Yuma, southeast of Sterling, north of Otis, kind of that area. No towns showing up on my radar in that area. It's kind of, what road is that? Just sitting over a little road right now south of Fleming. We're not going to double back for it, because by the time we get there, it will likely be weaker. I think we have to hope for new development. have to reevaluate. We are back in Nebraska now. There's a lot of boundaries running around. Collisions happening near Kirk, Colorado. And it should get some more development down there, pretty explosive. Not sure how strong it's going to be. Back on Interstate 80 right up here. Heading eastbound towards Ogallala. I don't know how to say this, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've lived in Nebraska for what, like almost 4 years, and I still don't know how to say that town's name. Lots of showers and thunderstorms going up. They seem to be pretty diffuse and weak. For the moment, they could organize into something stronger. Big Springs, Nebraska up here. We'll stop here and look at everything. I'm just not sure there's much potential for chasing left. Stop at this Maverick up here. I've came to this Maverick 2 different times this season, and both times they were out of gas. I love Maverick though, it's a good gas station. I was at one a lot in, there was a couple I was in, I don't remember where. I think there was one in Sidney, Nebraska, and then in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. And then there may have been one in South Dakota, I don't remember. I remember I just started going to them a lot last year and they're pretty good. So we're gonna look at our environment here, see what's up, see if it's worth to chase any of this stuff, because it might just be a better idea to get in position for tomorrow's tornado event. There's 2 modes. Tomorrow there could be a North Dakota tornado event and a Nebraska tornado event. Could be one or the other, could be both, could be neither. So we're gonna have to do a good forecast tonight. We'll finally have a night to catch up on sleep. And then we'll look at the risk on day 3 real quick, just because I can't remember where that's at. It's a marginal risk. It's up from eastern Wyoming, northern Nebraska, South Dakota, into Minnesota and Wisconsin, and the separate part of Michigan. I don't even know why Michigan owns that. Poor Wisconsin. But somewhere up there, and then 3 days from now, there's also a risk up near like Aberdeen, Bismarck, Fargo, Grand Forks, near Duluth. So kind of the Dakotas into Minnesota. So it really doesn't matter where we go tomorrow because we'll be able to get to most of the targets. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has a 5% tornado risk out from roughly the southwest of Lincoln to northeast of Omaha area. It's not a very big 5% tornado risk. That means 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any point in that risk, and a 2% tornado risk which wraps around that, which extends kind of into the roughly Salina, Kansas area, up into extreme northwestern Missouri, into southern extreme southwestern Minnesota, Sioux City, Norfolk, Columbus, down south again. So, and then there's that other 2%, which is basically just North Dakota, extreme eastern Montana. So we're gonna have to pick probably tomorrow morning if we can help it. And whatever this environment's looking like today is gonna heavily influence that. So we've got some good low-level winds kind of going towards our storms here, but it's very capped. Very capped indeed. Some vorticity out there. I'm just not sure this is going to be worth it to continue chasing today. It's already very messy. Not a ton of lightning activity. And we probably need to get in position for tomorrow. Do you have a tinted camera? I have a polarizing filter on my camera to reduce the glare from the windshield. And then I also have it darkened a little bit because it tends to blow out the highlights. So you see, like yesterday when we were driving in the sunset, and how it just looked like the entire right side of the screen was glowing. That was with all this stuff attached. So the GoPro is just a rough camera for that kind of thing. I still have to mess with the settings and get it down. So I think we're gonna call it, get a hotel in North Platte, get some sleep, and then maybe head up to North Dakota tomorrow, but probably head out to Nebraska, or to eastern Nebraska for that tornado risk out there. There's gonna be a lot of people out in Nebraska though. This event has had people's attention for a couple days. A lot of people out chasing. And then versus if we go to like where? Williston, North Dakota from North Platte, how far would that be? 8 or 9 hours is fine. 10 hours, ooh, that's right on the edge. So we're gonna go ahead and call this thing. Sleep in North Platte tonight, and then maybe I'll go to bed early tonight. Wake up early and see when do these storms form in, or when are these storms forecast to form in North Dakota here? Let's see. Well, the HRRR has them firing about 5 p.m. So that's pretty doable. With some of those storms being in Canada. And there's also some South Dakota storms that end up going. Alright, we'll just have to... Well, I just want to decide tomorrow. I'll make a forecast tonight afterwards and decide tomorrow, so... Alright, well, we're going to call the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's been a interesting day for sure. We had a pretty solid storm there for a minute, but mostly rain. No landspouts, no tornadoes today, so thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to head to my hotel, get some sleep, and get a good forecast for tomorrow's event. So I'll see you guys later.